flay you alive. One more word and you won't survive.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Moho, back with a video for you guys. This is actually, a lot of you guys were asking me to do this, like how it all started video. So I never really wanted to make it because I always explain myself on stream and just other videos how it all started and what really happened, what really went down, and how I got to where I am right now. But I figure there's a lot of you guys who really don't know, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys. Once upon a time, there was a 14-year-old man, a young man, named Joseph Morehouse, aka Moho 34. Well, yeah, fuck all that. To make a long story short, how I got into, I've always been a gamer. I've played games all the time. Any game any game you could think of, I played it. Just like Sandy Ravage. I had a conversation with Sandy Ravage, and he's a cool ass guy. And it was just so random how I started talking to him, because his life was basically my life when he was younger. Even till now, he plays a lot of video. He played every game under the sun. I sit here, I say, what about this game? Boom, he played it. It doesn't matter what age, when he played it. But yeah, how it all started is I was in high school. I played basketball and I played football. Actually, I was in middle school when this had happened, so I was only playing basketball. And my brother was playing a game at the time on PC. It was on a laptop. It was on a shitty laptop. It was my mom's laptop. It was really big and bulky. It looked like a suitcase. No lie. So anyway, he's like, hey, he kept trying to get me to play this game. I didn't know what... All fucking right! You there? Yeah, so, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, but anyway, my brother was trying to get me to play this game called Counter-Strike. I ended up playing it, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He was infatuated with this gun called the 5.7, so I ended up using it. It was the pistol. I don't know, my brother was weird like that. Instead of using like main guns, he was always fucking with the secondaries and stuff. And yeah, I used it, and I got a 3-piece immediately on the map Aztec. A lot of you guys know what that is. A lot of you guys might not. And I just fell in love with the whole competitive aspect of it. And then on, I just, we got an Xbox 360. We were big console gamers prior to this. But that's what kind of shot my competitive career up. That's what got me into it. I played all the Cal Leagues. Then I started to play Cal I with Team Omni. And so on and so forth. And then my computer broke, and I didn't have enough money to get another computer. I wasn't working at the time. I was still in school. So I just quit. I quit playing competitively. And then I just started gaming on the console for our Xbox just for fun. And I was playing all types of games. I was playing Unreal Championship. I was playing Wolfenstein, which, to be honest, is probably one of my most favorite games of all times. It was just super fun and super competitive. And, and so on and so forth. But I wasn't really playing on a team then. I was always just, I was friends with the Fear guys. I was friends with, a bunch of other people that were in this community, that are still in this community today. But I just never had time. I was always in sports. I was always playing, doing something in high school or just outside, just in general. So what had happened was, the Xbox 360 came out, and I didn't have enough money to get an Xbox 360. I was only like 15, 16 at the time. 16, actually. And when me and my brother went to Walmart, you know how they have the displays there, and we were playing Call of Duty 2 on the Xbox 360. And we were just like, wow, look at the graphics. This is crazy. We got to get one of these. But at that time, the only thing I had saved up was just money that my grandpa would give me, or money that I got from like birthdays and Christmas and stuff. And money was never really an issue with me back then. Being so young, I just was in school half the time, so it wasn't a priority. But my brother ended up getting his first job, so I gave him, like $120, and he put up the rest for the Xbox 360. We ended up getting that, and then my mom had bought us Call of Duty 2. And I started playing that, and then I was getting really, really good at it, but I wasn't playing on a team. I was just playing against teams. I was always just that lone wolf type dude that just played, and, public matches and private games and stuff. And then Enforcer, who was a Counter-Strike member of mine back on the Xbox. He ended up giving me a call telling me, you know, that he wants me to play for him. He needs me to play. Like, he needs a player and so on and so forth. And I gave another team a shot. I joined SOTB. And SOTB was like a rising team. Oh my god, that was a nice shot. But SOTB was like a rising team back then for Call of Duty, and we were just competing with a lot of the good players. And like when I had first started, I went up against Vivo 1v1 on Burgundy, M1 Garands only, and I lost to him by 1 kill. We went up to 10, so it was like 10-9, and right then people just started talking about me because I was so new to the game. I've only played it for like a week, and I was I was about to beat Vivo in a 1v1. And it was just, I don't know, like that whole, when you're that young and you're that new to the competitive scene, like you just feel like grinding, you know what I mean? And that's what I did. And then, you know, I'm not going to go through all the details, but from Call of Duty 2 ended up going into Call of Duty 4. There was, you know, my competitive career started from, console competitive career started on COD 2. But I'll save it for another video. But to make a long story short, I played Gears, I played Rainbow Six Vegas 2, you know, yada yada yada, with Fear. I ended up leaving SLTV and joining Fear back in the beginning of COD 2. So anyway, how I met Assassin, how I met everybody, what happened, you know, why is Fear, you know, where we are today. Basically, when the beta came out for COD 4, I said, you know what, I'm tired of being just a really good competitive gamer and multi-gamer, because back then we were multi-gamers. We switched from game to game to game. And that's what gaming for me was all about, was switching from game to game. We didn't have a league like MLG. We didn't have anything like that. You know what I mean? We just participated in like one tournament a year, because that's pretty much all there was. But I met Assassin and in the beta, and I played his team in Orlando. It was him. You know, he had Hastro there supporting him, and then he had like, you know, 2 other players, Mayhem, and just really top players from Unreal Talent that were in the beginning of Call of Duty 4 stages, and all I had was myself. And I played him in a tournament, and I ended up really just doing work in that tournament. And he, ever since then, he said that one of the players that, you know, stood out the most was Moho. And you know, long story short, we ended up talking. I ended up playing with UT for about maybe like 3 days in general, but I didn't like how they were running things. Mayhem was kind of jealous that I was taking his spot. I ended up taking Choppy with me because Choppy was a longtime friend of mine back in COD 2 and a you know, competitor. He was really good, a top player at that. And yeah, so to make a long story short, me and Choppy have been teaming together. We met Assassin. Assassin brought in Jambalaya. We ended up playing together. We won like every tournament in COD 4 in the beginning. Made a roster change for Punisher, and so on and so forth. You know, and here we are. But our goal that we set for ourselves was huge. We were all on the same page. We all knew what we wanted to do. We knew what we wanted to become. We had plans to just be, you know, the best or one of the best, or just, you know, so people don't forget us. And I don't know, MLG kind of took it, and competitive started growing, and I guess that's where we are today. You know, I could go on forever, but the video can't. So I guess I'll just have to save it for another day. But that's basically how everything started. If you like this video, please like, favorite, and subscribe. It's your boy Moho. Peace.